Hey guys, this is Heather from healthyeatingstartshere.com. Okay, today I wanted to talk about two interesting questions that I've seen come up recently on some friends' blogs. Drina Burton recently posted about it, and JL Goes Vegan posted something slightly similar. And I also had some conversations about this with my friend Christy Morgan, the Blissful Chef, while I was visiting her in Austin, Texas. And those two questions are, how healthy is healthy enough? And how vegan is vegan enough? Now, those are interesting questions because it leads you down the path of perfectionism. And I've posted about perfection before and my thoughts that there's no such thing as perfection and it's better to be balanced and have a healthy, happy, stress-free kind of life. But when it comes to how healthy is healthy enough, I was talking to Christy about how there are different goals, different end results that people are looking for in terms of being healthy. So if you look at people who are solely interested in longevity, a lot of what they'll look at is calorie restriction. They won't exercise. They'll basically try to conserve their body so that it lasts longer. And that's one way to consider yourself being healthy, is to live a certain number of years. It's very quantifiable, very objective. But there's no guarantee for it, so all you're doing is guessing what's going to happen. Another goal that people look for in terms of health is athletic performance. So some people might be looking to run races or do bodybuilding, have big muscles, or just perform better in whatever sport they're doing. And in order to do that, most people will look at their calories and making sure they have enough, getting the nourishment, the fuel that they need to perform, and also getting enough protein. So those are very different things, longevity versus athletic performance. You're going to eat a very different diet depending on which one you're looking at. And then another one would be fertility. So if you're looking to have babies, you're going to want to make sure that your hormones are in balance, so you're getting the right fats, you're getting enough cholesterol, and that you're getting all the nutrients that you need in order to create life. And for women who are pregnant, that's yet another step along that path. So very, very different ways of being healthy. And so when you look at how different those are, how can you possibly say what is healthy enough? Because for someone who is interested in athletic performance, their longevity goal, they might not be concerned about that. So how do you compare that with someone who simply wants to live to be 110? I don't know if you can compare. So to a certain extent, I find healthy to be somewhat subjective. But for me personally, what I look for is balance and being happy. So if I am not happy, there's no point for me to be healthy. That's kind of the bottom line for me. I want to be able to be healthy and be happy and have fun and enjoy my life and all those things. So for me, I've found my balance, and I think that's where I want to stay. Now, the concern for me, more so than am I healthy enough, is do people think I'm too healthy? Do people think I'm imbalanced? Because I do a lot of things that might seem crazy to some people, but for me, it's just about feeling good, feeling energized, feeling happy, feeling healthy, and I choose to do the things that encourage that in myself. So I don't know about you guys, how you feel about what is healthy enough, where you feel your balance is, and what you think other people think of your balance. Now, that's not quite as important as how you feel in yourself, but it is something that, I think about sometimes, and I'm sure other people do for themselves. So it's an interesting topic, a lot of things to say. And also on the topic of how vegan is vegan enough, gosh, I could go forever on this. This is one where I'm not quite so centered. I don't have quite as evolved an opinion, because for a long time I wouldn't have called myself vegan. I would say I eat a vegan diet, because when I came to veganism, it was from an environmental perspective when I learned about the environmental impacts of animal agriculture and the social justice impacts, and of course the animal cruelty impacts as well. But because animal cruelty wasn't my driving force. Not that it's not important to me. It is very, very much. But I didn't feel like I was vegan enough to call myself vegan, because the definition of vegan is to minimize animal exploitation as much as possible and practical. And while I was doing that, I don't know, I felt like I couldn't call myself a vegan because my primary motivation was the environmental impacts. And when you say you are a vegan, it means so much more than just what you eat. There are so many ways that animals are exploited in the products that we buy, the materials that are used. And so I try to do my best on all of those things, but there are still things that I'm constantly learning, and I don't think I'll ever know it all. So does that make me not vegan enough? I don't know. Enough self-questioning for now. Okay, here's what, I don't have any answers. I have not figured out the ultimate answer on either of these questions, but what I've done is found a way to live and not go crazy. Here's what I tell myself. If I drive myself totally crazy and self-destruct, I'm not doing anyone any good. But if I focus on what I can do and what impact I can have on what I do and what I share with others in my own personal life as well as on video with you guys, that's how I can have an impact. So I try not to drive myself too crazy. I just try to always do better, always learn more, and be happy with myself. Because if you're not happy with yourself, you're not going to be a good example for others. So I don't know. That's where I find my balance. And I would love, love, love to hear what you guys think about all this. These are big questions. And I don't think there are any answers, but if we all share our own thoughts, maybe we can come up with some collective wisdom. Okay, thanks for bearing with my rambling talk today, and I will see you again later this week with a recipe! Woo! Okay, see you guys.